Hey guys, what's going on? So this is a little pre-video to my video I did today. I went out to the wrecking yard today. I was looking for a few things. One thing I'm looking for, let me switch to the view, is I had some questions on more TBI stuff, TBI distributors. And so to answer those questions, I need to run out to the wrecking yard. I need to snag another coil. This coil actually came out of my truck. And I always say it's very rare when coils take a dump. If you don't have spark, it's probably not the coil, it's probably something else. Well, that coil actually did take a dump in my truck when I was coming home one day. I lost spark. I thought, well, that's the module, no big deal. I had another module, I swapped it out. Truck still didn't start, so I towed it home. Luckily, I was only a few blocks away. And I had an MSD coil. So I thought, there's no way it's a coil. So I put my coil in and fired right up. So I go, okay, coils do go out. Again, they're not very common. Anyway, so I need to snag another coil. I was going to snag another TBI distributor. And then the wiring harness that goes with those, because I want to do some more testing. It'd be easier if I just had the wiring harness that plugs in. Then I can just put connectors on and do some further testing. So I'm going to go out there. I'm going to check out that kind of stuff. I'm always looking for other things that I might need. You never know. I see a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of LS motors out there. A lot of 5.3s. I very rarely find a 6.0. A lot of 5.3s and smaller LS motors out there. And I have a little cheat sheet which I'll put a little picture of here somewhere that has some codes that you can look at that makes things a lot easier. I also have been looking for 4L80E transmissions. This one I have here happens to be an 06, so that's actually perfect. That's just what I want. These 4L80E transmissions, the older versions had the tranny cooler lines right here up and down. I think it's from 2002 and newer. They have a front and a rear tranny cooler line. I think these are the better units. So I'm happy to have that. There's actually a really cool video that this guy goes through and does the breakdown how to read these tags right there in case you don't know. But yeah, when I get under a vehicle, I look to see, number one, what year is it? And then I find a lot of 2002 stuff for some reason, but yeah, an 06, I'll take that. So anyway, I'll put my little cheat sheet up. So a lot of times you can just look at the VIN number or the little tag in the glove box and give you a quick idea without having to get down underneath the vehicle to look or try to scrape grease off of something. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. And just want to give you a heads up what I was doing. I haven't made a video for a while, especially a wrecking yard video. I'll talk to you about my timing light one day. My bulb finally burned out in this thing. It really makes me mad because this is a good timing light because you don't have to press the trigger to make this thing work. So it's a good one-handed operation light. I was playing with it the other day and the bulb, I guess, popped or something. I don't even know. Kind of weird. So I do have another timing light, but it's the old school Craftsman light where you got to squeeze the trigger. And when you're trying to squeeze the trigger and then the dial is so far back I can't reach it with my thumb. So I'll be looking at another timing light. I've already got a couple in mind I'm going to look at. So anyway, that's what we're doing today. I just want to give you a heads up. So here comes a video, the wrecking yard. Let me know what you think. See ya. Alright, well, it's been a while since I've done a wrecking yard video. Matter of fact, it's been a while since I've been to the wrecking yard. So time to get out and get her done. So let's get inside. Today just a scout trip. So let's just see what's out here. I didn't bring any tools with me, so typically when I don't bring tools with me, that means I'm going to find something I need. Well, I'll always find something I need. So anyway, let's get inside, we'll walk around and see what we can see. I'll be back. Right, we're inside. Let's see what we can see here. I've been here, like I say, in a few months, which that's a good thing because sometimes if you keep coming here a couple times a week or even every week, sometimes it seems like the inventory doesn't roll over enough. But then again, sometimes I think it rolls over too much because if I find multiple things I need, I plan on coming back, and when I come back, it's gone. Crap. So I usually have just a running list in my head of things I just commonly look for. Then, of course, if anything unusual or different pops up, I'll go look at that too. For instance, like aluminum brake drums for Chevrolets or GM products. That's something we used to look for a long time ago as far as racing purposes go. It's rotational weight. Got to know which cars to look at. Well, I haven't seen aluminum brake drum in literally years, which I got a couple sets myself, but you know, that might not be important to other people. But as far as drag racing or any kind of racing's involved, if you can remove some rotational weight or static weight, that's good. I usually, well, there's a whole bunch of stuff I look for. That's just an example. So I'm gonna walk past all this stuff. I usually hit the truck section and the GM car section, but if we see something old, even if it's a Ford, we'll stop and take a look at it. I actually found years ago, I ran across a Ford LTD. I think it was a 79. It was actually at our shop back when I was a mechanic, and it actually had a nodular iron carrier in it, which kind of surprised me because I thought only nodular iron carriers only came in like maybe like a Mustang or something, so that kind of surprised me. I also had a F100 pickup truck years ago. A friend of mine had it, and it had a nodular iron carrier in it, which again surprised me because it's an F100. So, you know, nodular iron carriers, they're a little step up above. Matter of fact, speaking of that, here's it's like an older Ford here. Let's just to be funny, let's look and see. F-150. It probably had the 5.8 in it. Gone. Just to be funny, we'll see what kind of carrier this is. This is just a standard 9-inch carrier. But there's a 9-inch carrier right there. So guys that run a 9-inch rear end, you just pop one of these carriers out and you have yourself another setup ready to go when it's time to go racing. You want to change your gears? That's what I like about 9-inch rear ends, which is what I have in my Camaro, by the way. I have, matter of fact, right now I have 3, maybe 4, I forget, 4 different carriers or gear sets for my Camaro, which is kind of nice. So anyway, enough about that. Let's see what else we got out here. Okay, there's the truck section. A couple things I have on my list today. I need to find another TBI distributor because I need that. The coil, I need to cut the wiring harness pigtails off because I need a spare. And I'm changing my transmission in my 88 dually. I'm changing that from a Turbo 400 to 4L80. So I do need to shorten the front drive shaft, but if I can find a dually or whatever with the 4L80 in it, I might can snag that front drive shaft. It's a 2-piece, and maybe use that. So here's a Vortec. That looks like a nano. I think that's a 9906 head. So TBI. Neat. Let's see, what do we got here? Astro van, which is Astro van. This is the brake computer, anti-lock brake computer, which this will still work in an older vehicle. So a lot of guys are doing the ABS delete on the like for instance my 88 dually. A lot of guys do the ABS delete. They don't have this system, they have their other system, but this can work for that. Obviously not for the delete, but I mean If it doesn't work, you can swap that out. Man, a lot of stuff is already robbed. Oof. Yeah, snagged me a 4L80E transmission last year, which is nice. Picked it up for a $500 spot, I believe, as I recall. Man, these are picked over pretty good. Tahoe is a 350. Okay, that's something else I forgot. A lot of guys, I don't know why it is, they're snagging the glove box door. Ooh, that's scary. That's got some codes on it that it's just easier to look at if you know what code you're looking for, like the transmission code. This probably has the not the trans I'm looking for, so you can look at that. Little Vortec, or I mean LS motor. Let's look at the code here, see what that is. It's a VNZ, so we don't care about that. Which I already knew that's what it was. The 2500, this right here will have a 4L80. However, what year is this? 2002. Yeah, 2002 is the first year of the better 4L80s. Let's see if we can look under here. Oh man, that's been beat up a little bit. But he is definitely a 4L80. Oh man, the oil pan and the trans pan, my Q viewing in there, smashed up pretty good. Pass. Big old aluminum drive shaft in this thing, which is also smashed up. The 4L80 I picked up is a 2006 version, so it has the tranny cooler lines, one at the front, one at the rear, versus both tranny lines at the front. So it's a little bit better. Old school quadrijet. And looks like we got us a 350. No, it's a Target engine, Target motor, so yeah, neat. Not much to look at in here. Just see if it happens to have Flowmasters on it or something. No, it doesn't. Has some beat up wheels. Well, something the wife wants me to look for. I got a 2017 Acadia, and that thing from the factory is a factory defect. The wheels, it's like the clear coat's peeling off. Looks like shit. So I've been trying to find one of those. There's my TBI right there, or TBI distributor right there, and that coil. I could use both of those, and the pigtails. So I'll just make a mental note that's here. And that is the rear anti-lock brake valve right there. So that you want to snag, and then that computer also, because if you happen to have one this defective or this bad on your vehicle, I don't think you can get, well, you can't get those new anymore, I know that, and I don't know how you can rebuild those. So if you can find them in Recognize, just grab them and put them in your stash. So I might rob both of those just for the heck of it. Let's see, this is just a half ton. It's not going to have anything else I need in it. Let's just check out the underneath real quick. It's got something else I need to know. Sorry, I don't know where this camera's pointed at, because I can't see. Got 4L60 trans. Oh, that's my head. Oh, look, there's my shades. Don't leave them there. Oh, something else you want to do when you're wrecking there, always check the bed of the truck, because a lot of stuff gets thrown in here. Some guys hide stuff in here, or sometimes random stuff gets thrown in here that you might need. So don't overlook that. Let's see, what do we got here? Looks like another half ton. There's a Gen. Wait, is that a Gen 6? I'm trying to remember if that's a Gen 5 or a Gen 6 454. I think that's a Gen 6. Yes, that's a Gen 6. So that'd be good to snag, because I kind of do want a Gen 6. I got a Gen 5, I got a bunch of Mark 4s. Or, well, a bunch. I think I got 3 Mark 4s. Let's see. What trans do we got? Oh, there's a 4L80. But it's not going to be the right year. I'm not sure what year this is yet. Let's just look and see. It's a 98. Aha. And the transcode MT1. You see where it says MT1. I don't know if that's focusing or not. That tells you it's 4L80. So you got a 4L80 and a 4L85. The 4L85 is slightly heavy dutier than a 4L80. Out of all my looking, I've only run across one 4L85. But although I ran across it, it was already gone. So, but yeah, sometimes just looking at this tag can save you a minute from having to get under the truck. Here's another one. MT1. This has a 4L80 also. What year is this thing? A 96. So the 4L80 here is okay, but it has the tranny lines both at the front. Not too interested in that. And another big block. This is a Gen 5 or Gen 6 454. There's a good tranny cooler for. I mean, these aren't my favorite kind of tranny cooler, but that's a tranny cooler right there. If you've got a race car on a budget, this is a good place to come pick stuff up. A 2500. This should also have a 4L80. Ooh, someone's already been into this thing. Oh, this is the 9906 Vortec head. You can tell because of, see that sawtooth pattern? I can't see my screen very well because the sun is shining on it, but the sawtooth pattern tells me it's the Vortec. I think it's the 9906. It's not something to stand on. Well, there's almost always something to stand on, but whatever. All right, there's the head right there. Oh, 062, my bad. So these are 062 Vortex. That's right, the sawtooth pattern is the 062. Alright, what else we got here? Again, this glove box tells me MT1, so yeah, 4L80 trans. So yeah, if you're looking for a 4L80E trans, I reckon there's a place to go. Pick one up and either rebuild it yourself or have someone knows what they're doing, rebuild it. And then you got a turbo 400 with an overdrive. So it's kind of cool. There is another LS motor. It's probably a 5.3. Yep, 5.3. Don't care about those, whatever. Lots of guys do. This is the right year for TBI stuff. If it's there, but it ain't there. There's no engine. Whoa. So there's I'm really surprised this instrument panel is still there. And then this right here, these springs right here are your signal cancel springs. So what happened back when I was a mechanic, when people turn left, they'd hold the blinker down, so when they return the wheel, it would break one of these springs. I think this one. It'd break the spring. So to fix it, you just replace the whole signal lever. I don't think you could get these back then, but if you want to have a couple spares, just pop those out. If I can get my finger in there. I don't need any spares, I got a few, but anyway, you can pop those out, put them in your toolbox, and you have a spare. But instrument cluster is still there. It looks like someone already robbed the computer out of it, which is fine. I got one of those already. Have to have a spare. Man, these old vehicles, you need a spare of just about anything anymore, because if the computer takes a dump or your ABS system takes a dump or whatever, not like you can go to the store and buy a new one. You know, for us old school guys that want to drive this old stuff. Of course, my 88 is new because I sold my 1972 to get that. And here's one someone did all the work to pull this down. This is probably a 5.3. Wow. We can verify that with the VIN. Yeah, that T right there. So we don't care about that. I'm looking for a U or a, I don't remember right now. I'll remember and put it in the comments somewhere. Wow. One of those. Lots of LS motors here. I know that's nothing special, but just to be funny. It's 2004. The Z. Don't want that. Half ton. That's a good little block, 350 block. And a computer. And that oil pressure stand right there. Sorry, my fingers are going to get in the way. It's just how it's going to be. I can't see my screen very good, but that oil pressure, where the oil pressure switch is screwed into, that fitting, that's a good one to have, because if you have a taller intake, that'll clear the intake instead of trying to put adapters together. This is my speed right here. There's a TBI intake. Okay, cool. This is my speed right here. Oh, good old school points distributor. This could be a 350 or a 400. Let's see if we can get a closer look at anything. Let me get under this thing. kind of muddy out here. Alright. Oh, really? This has the 305 balancer on it, so someone's done an engine swap at some point in time, I'm gonna guess. There's a good transcooler right there, though. Speaking of transcooler, let's see what trans we got here. Ah, shoot. Left my rag over there. Oh, a broken turbo 350. Shoot. Got two mufflers. They're no good. That's not good. A couple transfer cases. Alright. What else we got? A half-ton 350. Now there are some other things out here you could use. Like this pulley right here, this is metal. You can rob this pulley and swap it with some of your other idler pulleys that might be plastic. Yeah, the 350 neat. And there you go, another rear onto light brake valve. And that, I'll bet the computer's still in here. I do need that coil. There's another distributor. The wiring harness is already gone. The funny thing, coils don't go out as often as people think they do. I've always said that, but it's funny because my truck died coming home one day. I changed a module on the side of the road, and it turns out the computer went bad. Man, someone robbed this computer out. They, instead of unplugging it, they cut the wires. Not that it matters. There's another ignition or signal switch right there. I think I called it ignition switch earlier. That's the signal switch. There again, if you need one, you can always just unplug that and fish it up through the column. Because I think this old original factory stuff is way better than the stuff you buy nowadays. Just the quality control has gone out the window. So yeah, if I can snag original equipment stuff, I'll take it all day long. This will probably be a 5.3. Yes, it is. Alright, what do we got here? I'm going to skip these things so I know there's nothing I need to see. Except I do want to look at this. Oh, another 5.3. Okay. Almost walked past one of those at another wrecking yard last summer. And I happened to stop and look at it. And it happened to be the one with the 8-liter engine. And it had a 4L85 trans in it. I almost walked right by it. I should have grabbed that 8-liter just for the heck of it. That's a factory 496, so that 8-liter is a pretty good engine. I should have just grabbed that while I thought about it. There's some neat looking wheels. We do need wheels for ours, but I'll see. Trashy though. They ain't gonna fly. Yeah, I need to make the wife happy and find some wheels for her Acadia. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Those factory wheels from back in that era. Like the clear coat is peeling off it, so they look like crap. So, what do we got there? Is that a 4L60? It's not a 700 R4. It's gotta be 4L60. Since it's already out, it's a 4-wheel drive version. Probably something wrong with it. There's a neutral safety switch right there. Oh, wow. Very rarely do you see a TBI still on a vehicle. Interesting. A very old TBI. What year is this thing? So I needed the driver door. Oh, come on. There's no stickers on it at all. Well, it's green. But anyway, I see a TBI. I see the distributor back there and the wiring harness. Looks like the coil is gone. So I got a few options. Like I said, I purposely didn't bring tools today. It's just a scout trip. So let's see if this says what trans we have. Just for the heck of it. It's not what I want anyway. ME1. Ooh, it's had a 4L80. It's hard to see right there. Wait, that says MA1, not MT1. No, never mind. It doesn't have the right trans. It's the wrong year anyway. Okay, we're just kind of killing time here. Let's get a move on. Now at the back of this wrecking yard, they usually have some interesting stuff. Usually last minute pull-ins or something. So we'll see what we got when we get back there. The last 10. Someone was asking me if a V6 TBI distributor will work on a V8. No. They have the magnetic pickup is different, but other things will work, like this brake computer, ABS brake computer. This alternator will work for something. It's a mini small alternator. There's some things that will still work. I don't know if that distributor is the same length as the V8 version. Quite honestly, I don't play a lot of V6 stuff, but it probably will, so you probably snag that and just change the pickup in it. Let's get on through here. Haven't seen any wheels that are any good either, so little half ton here. Nothing to see here. Move on. A 2002 van. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. No. Wow. Someone did a lot of work there to cut the whole freaking subframe off. See that? That was a lot of work. Wow. Someone wanted something real bad. What did this have in it? I wonder if this had something worthy of doing all that work. I know it had a 4L80, but did it have the 85? And did it have the extra big engine or something? Someone went through a lot of work to get that out. And let's see. (2001) 350, so useless. And we're done with the truck section. Alright, let's go back this way. Squirrel. I see you. An old Cadillac Eldorado. Does this have the 500 cubic engine in it, or is it the 471? Just curious. Let's just see. Stick my head in here. Oh, I just want to know, just for the heck of it. What does that say? I can't see it because I can't get my head in there. 425 cubic inch. Big old Cadillac engine. It's a good carburetor though. If you need a quadrajet carburetor, that's a good one to have. It's got the electric choke. I know a lot of guys don't like quadrajets, but the guys that know. This has a hydro boost brake system, which those are pretty easy to rebuild. It only takes less than 30 minutes to actually pull it apart, rebuild it, put it back together. There's a lot of videos on that, which I made one. A lot of guys pull the whole hydro boost unit out of the vehicle, which you don't really need to, because you're going to take it apart anyway. I don't have any idea why I'm walking down this row. So let's quit walking down this row and go this way. Man, just a bunch of junk here. Well, let's see if this is anything neat. It's probably a 3.8. Nope, it's a 3.8. Hey, the oil cap is usable. That's about it. Coil packs used to go out all the time on these vehicles and other vehicles, so you could snag those and they'd work in other vehicles. Ooh, someone left some tools or something here. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, pass. Going through the lake. Oh, wow. Okay, usually at the back of this yard in particular, they used to have just a bunch of random stuff back here. Apparently, they have cleaned it up. I ran across some really good treasures back here. Shoot. Matter of fact, last summer I ran across a dually with a 454 and a turbo 400. And I thought about taking both of those, and I waited a week and came back out, and someone took the body off, so the engine and trans is just sitting there. I really thought about taking it then. I didn't. I came back. I should have took that just for the heck of it, but I didn't have anywhere to put it, so I didn't take it. Some Ford stuff. Ooh, matter of fact, wow, what engine is that? So that kind of intake system was usually on the 7.4. That didn't have a 7.4 in it, did it? You Ford guys can tell me. Yes, actually this is a 7.4. Okay. For y'all that don't know, this is funny. I had one of these in my motorhome. 7.4, you can tell because the dual throttle body comes through here, and there's flutes in here, and these flutes neck down to, like, I mean, tiny, but look how big these hoses are. So if you undo this, and there's a section about this long, you can cut the flutes, those small flute sections off, and increase your airflow. And then what you want to do is take this front end stuff off and put a multi-keyway timing gear in it and advance it 4 degrees, because from what I understand, these come with timing retarded like 7 degrees from the factory. I couldn't verify that. That's what I read. All I know is my motorhome was a gutless wonder with the 7.4 engine in it. So I did a flute thing. I tore that down. I put the timing chain in. I advanced it 4 degrees. And there's a timing connector right here. When you set your time and disconnect the little timing connector, wherever that would be, it's usually right here by the distributor, and then set your time. And I bumped that up 2 degrees, but that gave me 10 miles an hour pulling hills. So yeah, that's for you Ford guys out there. And like I say, I just read that these came retarded from the factory as far as timing was concerned. I don't know if that's true or not, but like I say, when I made those changes on mine, which when I come back out here with tools, if this is still here, I'll show you. For you guys that don't know, when you take these hoses off, there's flutes that extend out that actually taper down. I don't know why Ford did that. No idea. But it wasn't a good thing. Alright, moving on. Here's Dodge stuff. Look at that. Okay, let's keep going. There's another one of those. Old school Dodge. I'm not really into these, but yeah, neat. Well, that kind of sucks that they cleaned up back here, because this is the hidden gem area. And I don't really see any good hidden gems. It was an E350 Power Stroke diesel. For you Power Stroke guys. No idea what trance is in it. I don't care. Well, that might just conclude our wrecking yard walkthrough. This is pretty much the only one I have time to hit today. But like I say, I was only out here for a scout trip anyway. I found what I needed to find. And this is why you're looking at bed of trucks. Because here's another one of these. No idea what that is. Apparently it's a Ford. Let's look and see what's in there. You know what else I need? I need a truck shell for my truck. So I'd like to find one of those one day. But I didn't see any out here this week. So anyway, yeah, that's what I was looking for really, was another TBI distributor with a coil and the wiring harness. Because I have more experiments to do with that. And I was hoping to find some kind of hidden gem out here. Didn't really see any of that. Sure there's no good tools left in here. If there are, they've been cleaned out. F350. Okay, well, there's that. So yeah, if I run across anything else neat, I'll let you know. Other than that, I guess I'll catch you next time I'm out at the wrecking yard or when we're doing something else. So talk to you guys later. See ya.